Hey guys, so in today's video I am with my friend Dan and we are checking out a 2021 Tesla Model 3. So we're going to take you along for the ride, talk about our experience and features, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun, so let's get to it. So last year I test drove the 2020 Model Y. This is the 2021 Performance Model 3, and I'm interested to see how it kind of performs. So Dan, this is your first experience being in a Tesla, and we're starting off with the Model 3. What are your thoughts on sitting in this thing? And I don't know, you're kind of more of a car guy than I am.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because the first thing that you notice is how quiet it is without having a regular gasoline-powered motor. You know, with it being just electric, it's completely quiet, so that you notice. And then, of course, I mean, it doesn't take long before you get into the interior to recognize that it's something that's completely different. Basically, you have no gauges in front of you.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, I'm looking for a speedometer, and
even the steering wheel itself probably has less controls than what you're used to, even on most cars right now. And then, you know, the main display that's in the center console here, to me it reminds me a lot like an iPad or something like that. It's just basically it's a tablet design, and half of the screen, or a good third of the screen over onto the left, gives you information that changes, road information, speed.
It's picking up the stoplights there, and it sees the other vehicles.
So basically like vehicle information and things around you. And then you have your main toolbar on the bottom that has all the different options in that.
It's picking up the red and green, or the green for the stoplights. And there's a car approaching. Let's see if it picks up on the car, see if it gets it in its proximity. It didn't show that.
It did right as you were turning when you took your eyes off there.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think it was close enough.
I know the autopilot doesn't always work. It needs road markings. From my understanding, it needs to see those road markings in order to be able to do the autopilot. To engage it, you just double tap this. So it won't do it on this road, but we'll test it on a busier road that's got like the middle marking line to see how it does with that. So we're going to jump on the freeway, and because this is the Performance, this goes from 0 to 60 in 3.1, so I'm going to punch it a little bit on the on-ramp. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, that's fun.
Well, what do you think of that there?
That is fun. So you don't get quite the range, but you get more of the acceleration. My heart's going a little bit. I don't know about yours, Dan, but my gosh.
You know what's odd about that is that, you know, you told me you were going to do it. I knew you were going to do it. I knew it was coming, but you don't hear it.
No, you don't.
You just go.
Yeah.
You just get up and go.
Let's see, because we've got all the road markings. If you double tap down on the joystick there, that's supposed to turn it into auto. Keep your hands on the wheel. Be prepared to take over. Alright, so let's see if it turns. It's got the lane markings. It is turning on its own. My hands are right here. You can see the steering wheel doing its own thing. And it is keeping a steady 57 miles per hour. Now we got traffic joining, and hopefully you'll see some of it on the screen, but let's see how it does as we continue driving automatically. We're coming to the turn here, and it is guiding on its own. My foot is above the gas pedal, but not on it. So it is auto driving.
So how does it feel having the car completely drive on its own?
I still have not gotten over the trust factor. Like, my hands are right there, especially when there's when there's no traffic around you, sure. It's like driving on cruise control. But when there's all this traffic around you, my tendency is to not trust it. What do you think of the wood? Is that real wood? What do you think of the wood finish on the dashboard?
It doesn't
there?
feel fake, so I'm gonna guess that it's probably real wood. The interior seems nice. I'm not sure what exactly the material of these seats are.
Do you think it's leather?
Well, I was just gonna say they look leather, but it doesn't feel like leather.
Leather? Fake leather?
Yeah, I think it might be. But that's okay. They're still relatively comfortable. A little small, but not bad. And just pull down. Well, it is an illuminated mirror, so that's good.
Looks like you got two lights, touch lights in the center.
Two touch lights up here. Big panel roof, although you wouldn't be able to tell right now from on the camera because it's all covered with.
So,
Well, it's not
what
covered
do you think the pros and the cons are to having the all glass roof? You got a nice view.
They do. I mean, obviously, it's going to let in a lot of light. If I'm going to have like a panel roof as something like this, I would prefer if it came with like a shade cover that can go over it. So when it is 90 degrees outside, you don't have the sun beating down on you. But from an aesthetics point, I mean, it provides, you know, a lot of light. You know, it looks cool in that.
What do you think of the? So this is all plastic, and then I can't tell if that's a speaker.
Yeah,
up there.
so it's kind of soft touch plastic up here. Soft touch plastic here along the side. Same thing as up top. Hard plastic down here on the bottom. Another speaker here down in the lower corner. And then against the side here, you have that soft touch, like felt kind of fabric.
Does that seem cheap to you? Or is
No, I think that's well done. It's almost like Alcantara,
Okay.
fake Alcantara leather. I don't think this doesn't feel like real Alcantara,
Okay.
but it might be. The styling to me looks very Mazda-esque.
It does. It does.
Like almost like a Mazda 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Particularly the lights, the swooping roof line, and even the ride quality. We didn't talk a lot about the ride quality, and to me, it felt, as a passenger, it felt more on the stiff side. Now, this is the performance level trim.
Yeah. From what I had heard, if you have it, or if the performance is a little stiffer, we also had it in sport mode.
Oh, that's true. We did.
That makes a difference. Camera there, camera on the other side.
Camera up here along the B pillar here as well.
There's two of them, or there's three of them. Three of them behind the rearview mirror there. Let's take a look at what we've got in the trunk, although it's the frunk. So you got some storage room. Probably put a couple of small bags, small items in there. So that's how much room you got in the rear. Looks like there's a compartment off to the left there to stick some stuff. And then you got storage room down there.
Looks like right on the top corner there.
Right on the top corner allows you.
Now, that's a potential issue because these headrests on the back seat, as well as the front seat, they don't tilt down. So, depending on how far back you have the front seats, will prevent the rear seats from folding relatively flat.
But I was able to do that, so
if the front seats are forward enough, the rear seats will fold nearly flat, not completely. But that does open up quite a big space here for you.
But how comfortable is it? How much footroom do you think there really is in the back? I got a little longer legs, but it's not bad. I got a little bit of room. Comfortable. This seat's 5, Dan.
Well,
I would say 4 comfortably.
Yeah,
and a little kid.
But also now keep in mind, you're about average height.
Yes.
Now you did actually have to move your front seat forward. So if the driver is in their normal driving position,
yeah,
that seat might be even further back than what it is now. Never driven an electric vehicle before, so
first time.
this is
Okay, so
first go. Ooh, well, you just take your foot off the gas, you just immediately begin to stop.
yeah. That to me is probably the biggest thing I need to get used to.
Feels really weird not having to hit the brake here to come to a stop.
Yeah, you're on the on-ramp here if you want to give it a little go. Whew. Okay, flies.
This can get up and go.
It's fun. Alright, so you're testing out the autopilot.
Hands off the wheel.
Is it
not on the gas, not on the brake?
See if it's turning.
Vehicle turning on its own. It's slowing me down here a little bit because of traffic in front of me. Now I have that traffic cleared. Still steering on its own.
Are you trusting it?
Well, you can see how close my hands are to the wheel, so I'm letting it do its thing, but no, I'm not fully trusting it because everything that we were told, it's hugging the left and left side. Okay, all right, I didn't touch it. It's still doing it. Now it's prompting me to do something here.
Apply slight turning force to the steering wheel, but that knocks it out of auto.
Now it knocked it off. Apply slight turning force. I just gave it a slight nudge.
Okay.
And it did not kick it out of autopilot here.
And we're definitely the freeway curves here, and it seems like it's keeping you in the lane. You said it was hugging the left a little bit, but
at first it seemed like it might have just a little bit. A lot of that could have just been me not wanting to trust it completely, because it feels weird. If you've never drove a vehicle like this, where it has that complete, auto control here. Now, like, here's a situation where it doesn't recognize that vehicle needed to merge in. So
it shows it.
It showed it. But it was going to keep me alongside that F-150. I had to manually take over and tap the brakes and then resume steering to allow him to merge.
Dan, what's your overall thoughts of your driving experience of the Model 3?
It's unlike any other vehicle I've ever driven before because it's just a different type of vehicle. So now, if you're going to be comparing this to other vehicles in its segment along this price range, there's some shortcomings, but it also offers a lot of things that obviously those vehicles don't. We'll have to take a look what the MSRP is, but this one should be around 50. There's a lot of other vehicles in that segment for 50,000 that offer a lot of features that you would have to compare it to.
Sure.
My overall driving experience is great. You can tell it's and we left it on the sport mode, so yeah, the suspension is a little bit rougher, but it's also more aggressive, and that's fine. That's a trade-off. Performance-wise, looks good. It definitely has power. No doubt about that. I like the fact that it has all-wheel drive. Visibility is good. I like the way that they did the touchscreen with it being in the landscape mode versus the portrait mode, so you see more across from side to side. You have the panel on the left-hand portion that gives you all of your vehicle information, and then the different modes and features off to the right-hand side.
Which I suppose could also be very distracting because you have so much of that on your screen.
As far as the rest of the interior goes, I would have liked to have seen real leather in here. And the console itself, I like the wireless Qi charging area here. That's well done. This part here looks it doesn't have that luxury feel, that luxury appearance that other vehicles in this segment is going to have.
I do like, though, they changed this from last year's where it was a shinier black. I was not a fan of that. So what do you guys think of the Model 3? Let me know down in the comments section below, or if you have any questions, I'll do the best that I can to answer. I hope you guys had fun coming along with us. Did you spot Tinker, our little hidden robot? He pops up in all the videos on this channel. If you happen to spot him in this video, be the first person to let me know the timestamp or the amount of time into this video that he popped up. Let me know that down in the comments comments section below to get your name on our Tinker Forward Hall of Fame page, as well as a shout out in a future video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button as it helps out this video as well as this channel. My name is Jeff. This is Tinker Forward. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I will see you guys in the next video. And a big shout out to Dan for helping me out doing this review.
Thanks.